I have been busy baking. We have buttermilk waffles, pretzels. We have the deep fried dough, Rollkuchen, Kreppel, and the cheesy crackers, which my kids sometimes like to take to school, but they're going to have some right now. So yeah, it's Sunday, so the kids are ready for this week. So they always pick something else for the day, and then they can have something for a school snack. Of course, they get something, they get meat and other things to snack on to school. So it's not just wheat, gluten, you know what I mean? But I'm done. I'm done with the kitchen today. I am making a sauce with noodles. So we have 1 tablespoon of butter, which I will melt on the stovetop. Butter is melted. We are going to add 2 tablespoons of flour straight in here. Put it back on the stovetop and give it a good mix. So it's well combined. The butter with flour. I'm going to add now 1 cup of milk. It is not warm milk. It is straight from the fridge, but just slowly, little bit by little bit, just add it to the pan and just give it a stir. After a couple of minutes simmering, this sauce is now actually done. Now you can add all your, can you see that? It's all thickened up. The sauce is done. You can add now your seasonings. I actually thought of using this here, but then I changed my mind and we're making a cheese sauce. So I've had this in my freezer. It's the Blue Stilton cheese. It's product of United Kingdom. Too bad I didn't put the price on it. Usually I always have the price. So I'm going to add, you can add as much or less of cheese that you want. If you add cheddar cheese, lots of it, then you made yourself a nacho dip. Why not? I'm going to add blue cheese because I have to use it up, and my husband sometimes likes blue cheese. So I'm going to chop up a piece, put it in here, and just let it melt on the stovetop. So I'm actually going to use that much. Oopsie, this part. Everything is melted. I tasted it. I just added a teeny tiny bit of salt. Can you see that? It is delicious. You can now also add some pepper, but for my husband's meals for his work, I'm just going to crack some fresh pepper on top. So we have cooked noodles here. I'm going to add and just mix it up. So noodle with cheesy sauce is done, or you can say homemade mac and cheese, but it's with different noodles. But this is a simple and easy cheese sauce. And now I think I have to find the containers to fill them up. So 2 containers are full. I cracked, it sounds so funny, fresh black pepper on top. I have baked, this time it's not smoked, baked meat loaf. We have horseradish on the side, olives, and topped it off with a little bit of mustard. We have the slow cooker. I have about 4 large potatoes, just chopped up roughly. So on top I added the pork tenderloins. You can use chicken breast, I guess, whatever you like. And now we have to season it. So I added my seasonings. We have garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. And then I'm going to top it off with it's the no-name onion soup mix. Just put it on top. So I'm not going to add any salt for now. And now we are going to have half a cup or 1 stick of butter. Just put it on top, just flake it up and just on top. So this is it, and this is going to cook on low for about 4 hours. So it took a little bit longer than 3 hours because it was on low, but just make sure the potatoes are done and also the meat. I already did the test. It came out just like that, just super tender. I'm going to remove the meat on a plate. I'm also going to remove the potatoes, and then I want to thicken up the sauce a little bit. So as you can see, the meat is super tender. I did the fork test. So now I have to shred it up. I took out the potatoes and I thought to thicken up the sauce, but I'm actually just going to leave it like that because we have more meat than sauce. So once it's shredded up, we will mix those things together and then it's going to be super moist. So I just shredded everything, so I'm just going to pour everything on top. You can do it in your slow cooker, but because I had a bag in my slow cooker, I don't want to put it back and then I have to clean it. So everything comes back in here and then you just have to mix it up. So I mixed it all up. It is delicious, juicy, tender, and you can make yourself a shredded pork bun. But we have the potatoes and the meat, and now I have to go and pick up the boys from school. So that was not planned using cheese, but I just added blue cheese because I still have like a little block of blue cheese that I want to use up, and he will appreciate some cheese on his food. And 2 more containers are done. So I'm going through some recipes. Sometimes I find a recipe, I'll keep it, and then I try to make it one day. And today is the perfect day because I do have some leftovers noodles. So I want to make this meaty noodle casserole. It is from recipe from Lana Bacchus from Vonore, Tennessee. Oh, I love their accents. This hearty recipe is fast and easy to make, and many of the ingredients are usually in my pantry. If your crew doesn't like green olives, use black instead or skip them altogether, which I will do. We don't really like olives, except my husband, so he gets the olives on the side. Well, you can stop and read through the recipe. I don't have fresh parsley. I'm not going to use a cup of pimento stuffed olives, and I will also not use the half a pound bulk pork sausage. I will not use that. I just use 1 pound of ground beef, and instead of 3 tablespoons of chopped onions, whatever it says in here, I will use a whole one. Just chop it up. So first thing we will do, we will just brown the meat, add the onions just in the pan, right? I already have cooked noodles, so I will just get them out of the fridge. The most interesting part is how this will be a good combination. So we'll see. This one is a big can, but apparently I only need half of it. So if you have smaller cans, use that. I only have this big one, so I'm gonna use half of the diced tomatoes. Then 1 can of cream style corn and cream of chicken, condensed soup. I don't know, it sounds kind of interesting. So let's see if this recipe is a top or a flop. So the ground beef is browned. I added the onions, fresh garlic, and salt and pepper, paprika. You can also add the dried parsley. We'll see if I'm going to add it. Just use some herbs or some other seasoning that you like. And now I'm going to add a can of cream of chicken, a can of cream style corn, and half of the big can of the diced tomatoes. Everything in here. So I mixed it all up. I'm going to add now my noodles. Give it all in here, give it a mix. So everything is mixed up and ready to go. I added blue cheese when I mixed everything together and also on top of it. The recipe says cheddar cheese, use whatever cheese you have. As you know, I have a little bit of blue cheese that I have to use up. So here it is. And this pan goes into the preheated oven, 350 Fahrenheit. And when you take out the pan, make sure you don't touch it with hands. That happened to me before. Make sure you have like a towel or something. Okay. So I tasted it. It is delicious. I give it a thumbs up. So I want to say Lana Bacchus from Vonore, Tennessee. We like your recipe. Thank you very much. And 2 more containers are ready for my husband's work. We have 3 containers of buttermilk, sliced cheese, salami, and hard-boiled eggs. And he gets a coffee to go, and he's off to work.